how do you kind of approach those new situations, circumstances? Do you go back to him with, everything that you're coming across, or do you kind of just say to yourself, you know what, I don't actually want to know his answer. Like, I actually want to figure this out by myself. Yeah. Like, are you, like, hesitant at times? Do you lean on him too much? Not enough? Do you feel like, because, just even us as kids, like, something simple as going to college and you're like, I don't want to go home and ask for money because I don't want to lean on my parents. I know they don't got it. You might have a similar situation of, damn, I don't want to call my pops. I want to show him I can figure this out, or I can do this myself. Like, I don't need this help. How do you approach those situations? Especially because he's probably been through.
I've never really gone to my dad with things like that. Anybody that knows me knows I'll figure it out myself.
Damn,
strong black woman.
And I think that's also the importance of having a tight circle. Yeah. Like for me in my life, I feel like I have the dopest support system. Mm-hmm. Down to my best friend, Tasha, my boyfriend, and my few other close friends. I think that's the importance with anything. Because realistically, we live in a different day and age, so the things that I may go through is something that my dad never even experienced. So it's like, what's he really gonna tell me?
Because sometimes parents will come to you. Sometimes parents will come to you, they be tight. Like, damn, I could have showed you how to avoid that. Yeah. That was a.
See, my dad's also not like that because I could go through something and it could be bad, and I could tell him and be like, "Oh, good, you learned, you figured it out." That's realistically how he is. So I've never really been in any crazy situations like that.
But not even crazy situations. Don't get it twisted. But you got work relationships that might go sour, might go good. Yeah. Things happening just in the business world. Because like I said, he's seen everything. Yeah. And you're getting to a point where you're establishing your own business, which you got to talk about. And you're dealing with fashion. You're dealing with people. You even talk about how to manage talking to people. Some people don't even understand the fact that you can pull someone to the side and say, hey, let me talk to you for 2 seconds. People don't know that etiquette, Just little things like that can help you. Not even saying the most drastic of situations, but even the smaller ones.
I actually don't go to my parents for things like that. Literally, it's my boyfriend and my best friend. Mm-hmm. If I was ever in a situation or if it was something that I didn't know how to handle, I would go talk to them all right, this happened, this is how I'm looking at it. What do you think? Am I bugging? Mm-hmm. If I do this, what you think? So, I kind of use them as, they're essentially my backbone. And that's realistically just how I operate. Because, obviously, they're in my age range. Mm-hmm. So, whatever it is that I'm going through, they're going to understand it more than my parents.
True. So, and what about, the situations, if you on the reality TV show or on the podcast, and you dealing with a lot of publicity. Now people's just yo, check out Angie Pearson's podcast, this and that, and you said something episode 1. Yeah. And it's just yo, did y'all hear Angie Pearson say this? And it's just yo, she said she don't like white shirts. Yo, she's racist. So you got some shit.
Cancel.
You know what I'm saying? Oh wait,
they cancel.
This Irv Gotti's doing it too. Yo, blow it up.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? What happens then?
I kind of, when it came to Collective Shades being the type of platform that it is, I kind of already had to have that mindset. I said what I said, and that's it.
I love it.
That's
it. Love it. Put a little more sauce on it.
I know what I said. You understand? I'm never gonna say anything or speak on something.
You know what you meant. You knew you were
right.
Exactly.
I'll probably
fuck you. There ain't nothing.
I can maybe go in depth of what I said, but I'm never gonna excuse what I said because I know what I said and I know what I meant by it, and I leave it at that.
And what is Collective Shades?
Yeah, walk us through. It's time to get to the nitty gritty.
Through the alley, Rich Clark.
Through the legs twice. Oh, you nasty.
So,
you nasty.
So Collective Shades is basically a platform with my friend Litzy. Mm-hmm. We created it 2 years ago, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop right there.
Shout out Litzy.
I want to make sure people know that Collective Shades has nothing to do with fucking glasses. Angie, you know what's up? Yes.
I feel like she was going to explain that.
No. Her and I have a little inside thing that we know why I'm saying that. Okay. Carry on, Angie. Right. Go ahead, Angie. Go ahead. She knows what's up.
Richard's over here all right, nigga.
She knows what's up. No, it's all good. Like I said, she knows what I know. We good.
I mean.
Right.
But, we started this about 2 years ago. And we both work in the fashion industry, and it was just, it was essentially the sense like, yo, we have dope friends that are women of color that are in this creative space, and they don't never get to shine.
Yeah. Ever.
They don't ever get to shine. And more often than not, like, your favorite, like, brands and things like that, a black person did it. Or, I don't even want to say a black person, a person of color did it.
Yeah.
Because I want to be very clear, because, you know, and that's another thing with Collective Shades. I know when I was growing up, like, when you say person of color, I just thought black.
Me too.
I honestly, like,
that's fair. That's fair to say.
Black.
Yeah, for
real.
real.
And that's the thing why I really appreciate us having the platform of Collective Shades, because, like, now I'm more knowledgeable on other things, like, you know, Muslim, Asian, like, they're essentially considered people of color. They're minorities.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, whether you want to say it or not, but
Sure.
it's honestly, it's the truth, because they're getting discriminated against the same way, not as heavy.
Yeah.
But they are getting us discriminated against just as much as we are.
Anybody not white.
Exactly. And that's essentially how we came up with Collective Shade. So I want to say for like the first year, we were interviewing different people like that had their own platforms. My friend Lisa, she has the Breathing Space in Brooklyn. Once a month, it'll be like a dope topic, and everybody just comes out and like they'll just like discuss that topic.
So it's like
I like that.
Literally like a minority town hall.
Yeah, like, but it's so dope though, because the vibe is like everybody's coming out there with like dope vibes. Like you're talking about like sex, relationships, like financial security, like just different things like that. But it's like a black community. Like it's really dope.
Yeah, when they need 3 black men, let us know.
Yeah,
we pull out the wise men.
Nigga, give some
like, the next one that she does, like I will use.
Let us know. We'll come support.
It's such a great vibe.
That's a good name too.
The Breathing Space. That sounds very.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
interviewed Ivy Rivera.
Oh. Yeah,
so Ivy is actually my friend. She used to work with Litzy. They used to work at Juicy Couture like back in the day, so that's how I was able to connect with her, and we got to interview her.
To Lizzie.
Yeah,
Litzy.
and that's really like what it's about. It's like not only like are we like we becoming knowledgeable on like the women that we're interviewing, but you're also building that network.
Of course.
And is this all women? Are you
women?
I like that.
So you sexy?
That's empowerment.
I am.
You sexy shit I am.
Just women.
Hey,
like
listen.
that.
Sometimes it gotta be like that.
Yeah, it
What are
does.
some
Makes
other
people
people
like
you've
that.
had on the platform itself?
So we've had like we've had a painter. We've had the last one that I got to interview Janice Huff.
Oh wow.
From NBC, yeah.
Okay.
And I got that and that's why I say like it's all about connections, because so my aunt, my aunt Angie, yeah, she works at NBC.
Shout out my guy Rennie.
Right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I'm like, wait, what?
So she was like the plug, so I got to go up there and we got to interview her, and she told us like her whole life story, and we got to do the write up on that.
Beautiful.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Beautiful.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ashley, she now works at Foot Locker, but she used to work for like Diddy back in the day. It's like different like women like that. Another girl, Maria, she writes. She used to work for Hype Bay.
So you're showing the journey women and their stories, how they come up, and how
I think that's very
there's so many
important.
people behind the scenes where it's like they're contributing in so many ways to everything we do in our daily lives,
Right.
but we don't even get to see or recognize it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's very, especially for me, like growing up in Westchester, even though we went to a very diverse school, we never really had things like career day or like
That didn't?
anything like that. So for me, like wanting to be involved in fashion, who's gonna tell me about that? Who's gonna mentor me on that? I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
And like I said, like at the time, like my dad was traveling a lot. So who am I gonna ask?
Yeah, who are my role models for creative spaces?
Right. And then like I think about like if I had a daughter, like I wouldn't want me to be her only role model. Like I would want her to see other women that look like her.